What is up, guys? Vincent here, and today I am going to be taking you all through how we can replace a rear derailleur on a road bike or mountain bike, maybe. It's pretty straightforward. You are going to need some special tools. First of which is going to be some kind of tool to break your chain. So depending on if your chain has a master link in it, which I hope this one does, you can use a chain tool, which I have right here, and it's used to press the links together to get the clip to come off. So we're going to use that to break the chain, and then we're going to use some pliers to pull off this cable right here, and then this is a 5mm Allen key that we'll undo, and then we will remove the gear cable, the chain will come out, and I do recommend, if you're about to do this, put your rear derailleur into the smallest gear you have. So this, and what this does is it relieves as much tension as possible from this rear derailleur cable, so that when you put on your new rear derailleur, it'll be in the appropriate gear. And then in addition to that, I do recommend so you'll need another 5mm Allen key, and this one goes into here, and you twist this off after we've got the chain and cable off of the rear derailleur. And then once we've done that, this thing comes off, you put the new one on, we'll set the adjustments and put the cable and chain back on, and we'll be ready to go. So stay tuned. Okay, and so after we get off the chain, which fortunately this one did have a master link, so note here how this is kind of dark, or relatively dark, compared to the other links, and I know my chain is a little bit dirty, but so I found this link, use this tool to press the tool together, and then if you do not have a master link or / quick release link, I guess you could call it, on your chain, the other tool to use is the standard chain tool right here, and the job of this thing is to basically press out one of the pins in this thing, which breaks it. And so when you do that method to put your chain back on, you will need a new brand new pin, and the replacement pins are generally longer. I don't have one with me right now, but you know, I only buy chains that have master links in them because I really don't like having to do the method where you have to break off the pin. Anyways, so this tool right here is another tool that you may or may not need depending on what kind of chain you're using on your bike. So now that we've got the chain off, the next thing I'm going to be doing is undoing this, and this cable's free, and now you just pull right here to get the cable to come out of the rear derailleur. And you have your rear derailleur housing, which comes out like this. And now take our 5mm Allen key, put that into there, and then undo this. Hope we don't drop this, because this is a nice derailleur. The reason I'm doing this in the first place is because I'm going to 9-speed. But yes, this comes off just like so, and just you want to be kind of careful with this thing. Another important thing to note here is how some frames, especially newer frames, have these things called rear derailleur hangers. These things are meant to break when you crash your bike so that it doesn't bend the frame, it bends or / breaks this part, which is essentially disposable. So with that, we've got our derailleur completely off, and now I can go here and grab my new derailleur that I bought on eBay, which is also Ultegra, but it's, I think, 2 generations older. It's for 9 speeds. It's right here. And we're going to slap this bad boy on, and I am going to also put on a 9-speed chain to go with this, just because that was a 10-speed chain. I'm just probably going to sell the whole 10-speed group set. But this goes back on, and then everything else should come back together pretty smoothly. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay, and just to show you guys what it looks like to press out a pin, so I took a 10-speed chain that I had on here, and I stuck my 9-speed chain that I'm about to put in. So added bonus is you get to see how we size up chains. So I put in this chain here. I can drop off the 10 one. I got my chain tool on here, and can't do this with one hand, but basically you rotate this thing and you keep pushing it, and it is kind of hard to rotate it sometimes, but you keep pushing and this thing drives the little pin through this chain here, and then I'll pop off this extra chain links that I don't need. And then I also have my master link right there, and I'm going to save this 10-speed chain because it's still got life in it. And yeah, so this is the next step, and I'll cut to the final scene where we've got it all back together and make the final adjustments. Okay, so as we're about to get the chain back in, this is a little tool that you can make on your own. Don't need to pay 20 bucks or whatever for a specialty part. You take some wire and you bend it in two places like this, and you use it just like this to hold your chain in one place. And this makes putting on your new master link a hell of a lot easier. And you can also use this tool for sizing your chain, which is a topic for another video or discussion. There's other guys who've done that. Basically, this is your master link. Sometimes master links have directionality. I know the SRAM ones sometimes do. And in those cases, they'll have like little arrows on here which tell you which way the chain should be going as you're pedaling. So the chain's going to go this way as you're rotating this crank. In this case, we don't have to worry about that because KMC chain links don't have directionality. So basically, you just put it through there like that, and you put the other pin through like this, and then I'm not sure if I can do this one hand. That'd be pretty impressive. You put basically the two together like this, and then you free it up. And so this pin right here still needs to kind of come together, but you're going to pull this apart. I can't do this with one hand, but basically you can also whack it sometimes like that. Basically the goal here is to get this master link pin to get pulled out so that it's locked in place. But yeah, so this is how we get the chain back in, and then the next thing we're going to be doing is threading this the rear derailleur cable back through. So on this Specialized bike there is a little thing right here which they want it to go through, but I'll do this off camera because it'll take too long. But that's the chain back in. I'm going to put the cable back in. After we thread the cable through the appropriate hole, we'll tighten down this 5mm bolt, and then we'll be really close to finishing up this rear derailleur replacement. Okay guys, and so after we've put on the rear derailleur cable, the new chain, and the rear derailleur, things are looking good, and you're finished. And just, there are other videos on this, but so basically the key tuning knobs that you'll need to adjust here is this barrel adjuster here. This adjusts the tension in this cable. So if you find that after you put on your new rear derailleur, it's shifting very poorly, watch a video on this to see how you turn this appropriately to get it to shift right, and that will index your gears so that one shift up there corresponds to one shift back here. So I hope this helps, and thanks for watching.